Immigration and visa news, Irfan, Ashraf. Little bad news coming from Australia. Australian coalition minister is talking about closing of some skilled immigration programs and thinking that they are putting negative impact on Australia, specifically Australian citizens, because they are not being appointed by the companies and because of their appointment with the overseas workers. And they also told that they are putting burden on Australian resources as well. One thing to remember, there is no authentic study which should tell that Australia have positive impact of overseas workers or negative impact of overseas workers. One study was telling that a skilled worker coming from overseas has positive impact on Australian economy and Australian economy and Australian businesses. And one research was telling it has negative impact because resources are being consumed so much in overseas workers that the citizens of Australia they are affecting. Remember, 408 visa. The Australian Home Minister told that 408 visa is going to be closed not in February, just now. Just now. The reason is that there is no need of health professionals now currently after COVID-19. But the commissioner, immigration commissioner deputy commissioner of Australia told it may cause more problems when you will close 408 visa. It will affect the temporary residents because these people will not go to their countries and they may apply for asylum cases and it may affect more. If you will consider the current scenario of Australian immigration, the skilled immigration, there were two main cuts in skilled immigration numbers. Now currently it has reduced to 285,000. The justification given by Home Minister and Coalition Minister especially, that reason is that because COVID-19 immigration workers were being called more for overseas due to the health emergency, due to the 408 subclass health emergency visa. Now what is going on? The Prime Minister is going to be decide that how much immigration programs will be closed or not. But it's very difficult to assess because it's much complex problem. Because more studies are telling the skilled workers are enhancing the Australian economy. And each country like Canada and United Kingdom, they are depending upon overseas workers like health professionals, engineers, architecture and the software engineers. The evidence of increased economy of Australia by skilled worker is that the currently Australia announced a super program of calling construction worker in some provinces and they ready to pay $10,000 of their expenses, their aeroplane ticket, their visa fee, their migration agent fee and even their relocation charges. Currently, what is the update? We will keep giving you all updates regarding these discussions. Australian minister may speak fortnight about this issue. But these discussions never mean that immigration programs are going to be closed. These discussions being in the past and being in the present because researchers are telling they may have negative impact and may have positive impact because almost balance in both votes favor. In both cases, some companies, some researchers are telling that Australian skilled workers coming from overseas are beneficial for the Australia. And some are telling that they are not beneficial, they are affecting the resources of Australian citizens. Remember, Australian provinces are allowed to call their individuals independently by their unique point programs and they can invite overseas worker and that overseas worker like Canada will be bound to work in that specific province like in some rural areas of some provinces. It's very important to note there are some areas in Australia and Canada in which less population is present, and normally the citizens don't want to stay there, and these are overseas workers who work there, construct the houses and populate that area. Therefore, overall skilled workers are going to increase the economy. But this discussion of coalition minister and home ministers, this never mean that skilled workers are going to be closed. Their conversation is on both hands. Some are positive, some are negative. In my analysis, they are just talking about 408 subclass visa, which is the COVID-19 visa. They are not talking about all skilled worker. They are generally talking that some skilled workers subclasses are useless and they are affecting the resources of Australia. In my analysis, also they did not talk about some important industries in Australia like construction industry, the software industry, the engineering industries. These workers, teaching industries, they are required by Australia, and they did not tell they are going to make cut in these professions. Most probable they think about some subclasses to finish like 408, but it will not finish all subclasses. Australian immigration program is one of the best immigration program in all over the world. It's the market for us, Pakistan and India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, European countries, and even from United Kingdom. Last year, they announced for United Kingdom workers to come with a working holiday visa and to work here, and they can also switch to permanent resident. It's notable that Australia announced New Zealanders, if you have New Zealand passport, you can come to Australia and you can sign up and form and you can get the permanent residency of Australia. According to Australia government, that New Zealand being a cousins, these words are being used by Australian minister. New Zealand being a cousins of Australia have the social relationship and habitat, and they will be more suitable to Australia. Might be this alarm to call New Zealanders to work in Australia and to stop the cut from other programs like 408 or other subclasses. These discussions are very complex, and Prime Minister also need to convey his message in the future about these programs. Immigration Minister is regularly talking with the Prime Minister in the past era, and hopefully the immigration programs, most of the immigration programs of subclasses will continue. 408 subclass closing was announced last month, and there is no any specific or breaking news in this case because 408 subclass was going to finish all the way. I hope these statements are just for 408 subclass visa, and remaining skilled migration program will continue like that. I will keep updating you further news regarding this issue. Irfan, Ashraf, Immigration and Visa News. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my channel, like my channel, and push the bell for further notification and for updated news of visas and immigration. Thank you very much.